So I've been very fortunate. I've spent my career working in human resources and originally from the United States, but found myself working in different industries, in different markets, and different types of roles in HR. So I've worked in South America, North America, Australia, Asia, and I'm based here in Singapore. I've worked in mining and natural resources, technology, pharmaceutical and life sciences, and I've worked in multinational and I've worked in startup. So was with a startup here in Singapore that was ultimately acquired by Alibaba after a few years. And so that was quite an interesting experience, and particularly the shift from a multinational career into a startup career. And then most recently, I partnered up with Matt Chapman, and we have founded the Thrive HR Exchange, which is a platform for HR professionals and people leaders globally to exchange inspiration and innovation on topics related to the future of work. I've also worked in different capacities in HR, from being a generalist to also being a specialist, and I've looked after single countries, multi-countries, and operated in global roles as well. So I've been very fortunate in my career thus far. I think it's a fascinating time. So if I were to consider my industry to be the profession of human resources, there are no shortage of new dynamics that are facing the profession and facing industry. We have fast forwarded to the future of work, and the future is now. And what we're seeing is everything is changing. It doesn't matter the industry, the market, the tenure, the type or size of organization, the dynamics are changing. And that ranges from new jobs. So there are jobs that exist today in HR that didn't exist in the past. So from wellness advisors to data ethics professionals and experts. We have new skills that are emerging. So all of a sudden we're looking for Zoom producers to be employed within organizations. We have new employers. So of course there's new startups, new SMEs, spin-offs that are happening from different companies. We have new employees. So we have gig workers, freelancers, part-timers, retirees, all different sorts of new employee categories in the workforce today. And then of course we have new ways of working. So, previously many industries, many companies thought that work from home or working remotely was not a possibility. And we've really busted those boundaries through and are seeing very high levels of technology automation. And I think that what this means for HR and what this means for all of us is that the nature of the enterprise is changing. Organizations are changing, structures, hierarchies, again, ways of working, changing. So what I would say is that as HR professionals or working in industry in any capacity, we need to anticipate the unexpected and be prepared to embrace and to lead change, because that is the world that we're in today. And what we know about change is that change is a constant with us and going forward. I think that the ability to embrace change and to deal with ambiguity and ambiguous situations is a critical skill or set of skills for us these days. And so I think putting oneself in different environments, in taking risks and being courageous with our career and our conversations that we have with people, to test and to try and to be a responsible risk taker and have the courage to lead change and to grow our skill set and our abilities to thrive in ambiguous situations, and to a point where others look to us and others lean on us because we're one who can be in an ambiguous situation and identify opportunities to work our way through it and to solve problems and to collaborate to achieve greater things together. I think that other skills that are important are really ensuring that we are really aware of ourselves and the impact that we have on others. And when I say being aware of ourselves, being aware of our strengths, being aware of our development areas, being aware of our preferences. So particularly as related to communication, for example, ensuring that we understand and we recognize that the way that we like to be communicated with and to may not be the same way that others who we work with or we engage with like to be communicated with or communicated to. So really thinking about and being curious around understanding our own preferences and the preferences of others, and therefore being willing and being savvy at meeting people midway. So again, that level of self-awareness about what resonates or what's important or what we value or what we prefer may not be the same as the other people that we're engaging with. And those skills become really important because as we're working in HR or any profession for that matter, an incredibly important part of what we do every day is we influence others to create greater levels of impact. And so as we're able to build our skills around impact and influence, which I think is a lifelong journey, because context is changing, people are changing, scenarios are changing, etc. That self-awareness, that ability to work through ambiguous situations and to influence and therefore impact others will really help one progress and proceed and move forward in whatever career choices or professional choices or personal choices one makes. So maybe if I were to synthesize it down to a few, I would say one would be always be curious. So ABC. So really thinking about where someone is coming from. So for example, we have a tendency when we see or watch or read when somebody does something, why on earth did he do that? Or what is he doing? Or what is she doing? What has she done? And I think we can flip that around and say, that's interesting. I wonder why he did that way, or I wonder why she chose to do that. And to really sort of underpin, flip our judgments and our natural bias towards judging and our natural biases to reframing with a question of, I wonder why. I wonder where this was coming from. I wonder what their motivations were, and to be curious. Another I would say that's really important to me and I think is a helpful reminder for us and one for us to continue to always practice, but to start each day with a sense of purpose and to end each day with a sense of accomplishment, and to be able to really be grateful at the end of each day or the following morning or whatever the case may be, to reflect back on, did I start my day with a sense of purpose? Did I end my day with a sense of accomplishment? And to take that time to reflect and to be grateful and recognize what we accomplish each day. And I think that which then accumulates to a week and a month and a year. And then that kind of leads to the last one, which is life is precious and time is short. And so we know that one of the most precious resources we have is time. And it's an opportunity to think about who we spend our time with, what we spend our time doing, and how we're best using our time to have the greatest level of impact around what is important to us, what is important to the people that we love and we value, and what is important to the people that we work with and we work for, and the achievements that we're trying to realize together, and in that shared purpose. And are we spending our time doing what we love to do, doing what plays to our strengths, and doing it with the people who we have alignment of values with.